Hello, welcome to Mindful Musings. I'm Dee Dee, your host. Today is Thursday. Yes, it's Thursday, February 19th. And just thought I would check in with you. A lot going on. Yes. And okay, I'm just so beyond excited on a personal level. A very special friend, and you know who you are, very generously, graciously has invited me to go to Hamilton with she and her husband. Their son was unable to attend. So, oh my gosh, I finally get to be in the room where it happens. 10 years later, but I am beyond excited. So my next video will be the aftermath of being in that amazing space and watching this extraordinarily timely, powerful musical. And wow, we've been laughing and sharing. Like, are you playing the soundtrack? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm downstairs rebounding to it, and watched it a couple of times on the TV, and just to refresh and get it back into my head. So beyond excited is such a gracious gift. Thank you to you both. Well, actually, all three of you for including me. That just touches my heart, and it's just like. Anyway, so beyond that, what is sparking joy in your life? I know this is a major spark of joy for mine, and I know that, boy, that's right, because I don't think I've been on for a couple of days. So, we did that little transition from snake into fire horse. And boy, I tell you, yesterday, the day before, time is just, non-existence. I mean, it exists, but it isn't. It was a tough evening and a kind of a tough day. And I was like in fear with my precious kitty cat, Asia. I was just, she's a senior kitty. So I was just noticing, it's like she wasn't being herself, and it made me very, very nervous, so that she wasn't bringing her toys. She was hiding underneath, and I was like, instantly, I'm going, oh my God, she's a senior cat. This is it. She's, preparing myself to say goodbye. How we'll do that little scenario. We'll go to a worst case scenario to try and prepare ourselves, which only makes it worse. But anyway, going through those emotions, and then just, not sleeping very well at all, but just this constant connection of please, spirit team, angels, please be with me, be with Asia, be with all the kitties, and with my husband, and just please be with us, please guide and protect and assist. And it's like I could feel the protection, I could feel the love. Didn't really feel it completely until the next morning, when I was sitting in my chair, and I was saying, please guide me, information, whatever, to assist. Was there anything I need to know? Is there anything I need to do? Whatever. Sophie, you may be familiar with Sophie. She's, the youngest one, and she's not a lap cat, None of my kitty cats are right now. But she jumped into my lap, and she did this twice and stayed there. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's never done this. And I just allowed myself to experience the vibration of her purr. And, she jumped down, and then she jumped back up. And then I took that as confirmation that everything was okay. And sure enough, I look over, here comes Asia. She's being Asia again. Thank you. And then it led me to a video, even though it was AI generated. It was some of the teachings of Dolores Cannon. I'm not totally familiar with Dolores Cannon, but I sure seem to resonate with what I have read of what she has channeled or taught, whatever. But it was all about cats and their spiritual significance or what they do. And by gum, I was listening to it when Sophie jumped on my lap and just sat with me and let me pet her and just stayed with me for probably 5-10 minutes. And that in itself was such a gift. But then what Dolores Cannon was saying about cats, and I do believe it's probably most animals. Let's not just give that special to the kitty cats, our dogs and other friends who come into our life, our furry friends and feathered friends. They have a special energy. And it's not a warring or a that kind of warrior energy against the dark energies or anything. It's just they operate on a totally different frequency. They can see vibrations, they see frequencies, and they're very telepathic. So they see it and they sense it. Oh, you're feeling a little off today, and they're energy stabilizers. It's like one of their purposes is they choose you. They choose you. We think we choose them. Nah, they choose us, and they have a soul mission to come in and assist us, and they help to regulate the energies in the house and to assist, of course, with teaching us all about unconditional love, which includes the opening the heart and it includes the breaking of the heart when they pass on to the other dimension. But they're always present with us, even in that other dimension. And that's one thing they teach us. But anyway, it was just I was in awe and so grateful because immediately I felt at peace, and it's like whatever the worrying energies, they just lifted. They alchemized, they transmuted, and I was very much appreciative and aware of my spirit team, the angels, whatever you want to call it. And I guess I'm relaying that to you to share, once again, to ask for guidance, ask for assistance, and then be open to how it shows up. Because, what is being revealed, and there's only going to be more of it, it is going to require us to do everything in our ability to come back into presence, to come back into coherence, and operate and live in coherence. And that may mean asking our angels, our spirit guides, our pets for help, for assistance, for that clarity. Because I'm not going to lie, it was an extraordinarily uncomfortable day or two of just of the anxiety and that worry and just not being able to stay for any extended period of time in a place of coherence. And then it lifted or alchemized, transmuted, whatever you want to say or call it. Just because you may be experiencing discomfort or experiencing the sensation of having your fur rubbed backwards doesn't mean you're regressing or that you've gone down a rabbit hole that you're not going to get out of. Stay present. Come back to presence. It will lift. It will shift. Have faith. Have confidence in your ability to bring yourself back to center. Please do not buy into anyone's narrative of doom and gloom. Because what you focus on, you create. I, for one, do not believe that this is doom and gloom and that we as a humanity are heading in a, end time scenario. Perhaps an end time scenario of the ending of a corrupt system of inequality, of greed, of abuse, of destruction, of separation that will no longer be supported by the collective consciousness that is waking up and becoming more aware. Yes, that is ending. And what is coming to light is quite disturbing, quite unnerving, and shatters what we believed to be our reality, what we believed to be a system that was benevolent and supportive. Our reality is shattering. And anytime that happens, it's painful. It is also freeing, but it is painful, and it is destabilizing, and it makes us question everything, which is not a bad thing. Because as we come into presence, as we raise our vibration, we want to question, not from a place of cynicism and bitterness and outrage necessarily, but from a place of discernment, because everything that is going to be coming out, we must be able to discern what is truth and what is fiction, and to continue to develop and strengthen our muscles of discernment to allow us to be in a place of coherence, to discern what to do next, if anything. And it's really, really important we allow ourselves the emotions. Allow yourselves to feel it. Seek assistance when you need it. Allow yourself to experience the full range. And then allow it to alchemize. Because the triggers that are being triggered are old wounds, and could be old wounds on a cellular level. That is something that needs to be acknowledged. That wound, that feeling, that fear, whatever it is that is coming up, acknowledge it and ask what the message is. Ask what is the learning, what is the opportunity. And listen with your heart, with compassion. And if it is a behavior, a pattern that does not serve, but perhaps needs another job, give it another job. Ask it, what is its message? And is there a different way that you can get my attention? Or is there another job for you than being the part that worries and obsesses? Is there another job you would like? Talk with it, journal. If you see a therapist, talk with your therapist. Let your therapist hold space for you as you discover other ways, coping skills. But these wounds are coming present for us to heal and to integrate the learning and then to alchemize the pain, that which no longer serves. And if we remain open and soft hearts, the process can become more efficient and quicker than it ever has been in the past. Just because it's up doesn't mean we have to live there and get stuck there. That's not the purpose. It's up so we can review it and learn it and love it and bring compassionate and forgiveness to it, to integrate and to release. So be gentle. Be gentle with yourself and be gentle with others, knowing that so many their world is shattering. Their sense of reality, everything that they believed in, whether by being misled or whether consciously and with awareness, consciously choosing a system that benefited them, even though they knew that it was abusive and was destroying people. Some may have been misled and may be coming to that reckoning and that awareness and sense of loss and grief and devastation. Have compassion for them. And please trust the universe, trust the divine, and trust that and know you are not the judge, jury, and convicted. Please do not get stuck in the realm of punishment. because that only serves to continue to perpetuate separation. Our job is to be one of love, light, coherence, clarity, neutrality, objectivity, sacred witnessing, and healing ourselves. Every time we heal another wound, we are adding to the collective healing of humanity. There will be a tendency for many to get stuck in outrage and in righteousness and in wanting punishment. If you find yourself going there, just be aware of it and allow yourself your emotions, the feelings, but please, to the best of your ability, bring yourself back into compassion and clarity, because that other simply continues to lower the vibration and perpetuate separateness and againstness and us versus them. I know it's tough, and I know I experience it myself. I experience the outrage, the disgust, the terror. And I'm, to the best of my ability, every time that comes up, I'm doing my best to come back to a place of sovereignty. Because for me and my belief, I am a greater influence. I am a greater light by being in my sovereign space and in trusting that it is playing out as it is meant to play out, and that I will be of greater service to the collective by holding light, breathing, staying anchored to the earth, being centered, being a neutral observer, a sacred witness to what is going on, and walking forward on a path in coherence. The more of us who can walk the path of coherence, the sooner the new world will be created that is one of transparency and systems that benefit the greater good. But we must walk coherently with clarity and an open, soft heart to create that. Hardening our hearts and being obsessed with justice and punishment shuts down the higher energy. It will happen as it happens, but it will not be our job to enforce punishment. That is for something far greater. do you. I'm merely sharing what is in my heart and what I am doing. I'm certainly not here to tell anyone what to do or how to feel. I'm here to just offer what's in my heart and what I perceive as working for me. We are all different. We are all on different paths. I would just encourage each of us to choose the love. Not in the head in the sand, spiritual bypassing, new agey kind of light and love, no. But love. And love means holding space. And love means fierceness at times. But holding a love so strong, the love for the collective humanity, the healing, the love of us all, raising our consciousness to a place of being able to live coherently. And coherently also just means what we are living and experiencing is what is also what we are living and experiencing inside of us. Our mind living in coherence with our heart. That we're balanced. And yes, we will get off balance. We will go out of coherence. Of course. We're going to do that as much as we do that. We just want to bring ourselves back to the place of coherence because that provides clarity and it provides the compassion, the ability to witness, to be that sacred witnessing of this earth, of this humanity, shedding what does not vibe anymore and moving into a new space, a new higher consciousness of coherence and love and gratitude. So please, do what brings you joy. Remember your divinity. Remember, I am. And all it takes is a few seconds a day, stacked on top of each other, of just conscious breath, of I am, of centering yourself. Doesn't have to be a long involved ritual, long meditation. It is simply breath and being with nature, connecting as above, so below, as within, so without, and remembering that we are all divine and choosing to see the divine in everyone. And when you can't, just place it there and move on. But don't let that suck you in and destroy your sovereignty. come back to your sacredness. Come back to who you are. All right, I'm going to check with an oracle card to see if there is any further messaging. As you may have been able to tell, I have my window open and the weather has just been so amazingly gorgeous. You may be hearing the birds, the squirrels. All right. Let's see what else there is. For the highest, greatest good of all concerned, who? Wisdom of Oracle. Let's see what the wisdom of the Oracle has to say. Colette Baron Reed. All right. And if you enjoy these videos, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And if you are in the Overland Park, Kansas City area, Leawood Overland Park, be sure to check the links below because there are sound baths and some classes that I'm facilitating as well. And yeah, let's see. Kind of how I feel today after a very, very lovely facilitating a sound bath last night. Time for a nap. Stillness. Even though the fire horse energy is upon us, we're still at a place of overlap. Honor your body. If you are tired, rest. Part of living in coherence is knowing when to rest and when to act. Perhaps now is a time for rest. Doesn't mean you're going back to sleep, but a quick little nap to rejuvenate, to refresh, to replenish. I love that. It's a sweet little fox. Yes, it's just so cute. Cleverness. Sometimes we need to let the mind just rest, take a nap, take a break. Curious what, yeah. Temporary non-action. Time to step away and rest. Let the cares of the world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your lists, your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. An overly busy mind can block you from your inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to just let dreams surface and ideas flow through you. Nice. Yeah, pretty much with all that is going on, sometimes the greatest thing that we can do is step back from it all. It doesn't mean we're naive, or we don't care, but it means that we respect and love ourselves enough to know that we best serve ourselves, divinity, and our fellow humanity when we are whole and complete, fully rested, batteries charged. We don't have to know the answers right now. We can't know the answers. It's beyond us right now. We are not here to attempt to understand with our 3D linear mind that which is transpiring on a far greater scale, far beyond where we are energetically able to comprehend. The higher dimensions, the higher frequencies, the higher guidance. Remember, that's from a higher dimension, and we can sometimes limit the true scope and meaning of it by trying to ascribe our 3D mental process of understanding to it. Some things we just cannot understand. We're not capable of on this dimension. Rise above, keep lifting your vibration, raising our consciousness. The image that came in, sit, be still. The information and the answers will come. Kind of like the field of dreams. If you build it, it will come. We are building our sovereignty, our ability to live a coherent life. As we build it, it will come. So be it. Please remember, stay grounded, stay hydrated, rest, and take care of your precious self, your precious being. We're here for a reason, and we're here to support each other along this path of authenticity and coherence. Okay. The divine in me sees the divine in you. So be it. Namaste.